Hey, welcome to my channel where I talk about manifesting because I am the best manifestation coach ever, and that's what I'm manifesting. I'm going to talk about today how to make manifesting feel easy. I know that when you're manifesting, you might be feeling like it's hard to get yourself to do sats, or it's hard to get yourself to affirm consistently. It's hard to catch your thoughts. You might just feel like it's hard. And what I want to help you understand is that manifesting can feel really hard when it feels like you're trying to be something that you're not. And you might laugh at me because you might be like, well, Valencia, like I'm trying to, that's my full name, by the way, Valencia, but people call me Lindsay. Anyway, you might be like, well, I'm trying to experience something that I haven't before. Like I'm literally manifesting something new, duh. And I'm gonna be like, okay, yes, you're right. But what you need to understand is that before you can experience something new, the way to make it easy is to make it who you are, is to make it who you be. It's to become it. And I know that you've heard people say that before and you've been like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck does that mean? And I'm gonna explain to you exactly what that means. When you become something, it is a decision, and it is truthfully about your self-concept. But it's not just that. So the difference between just affirming just to try to be something versus affirming because you are something is the decision of who you are and what you get to have, aka your self-concept. When you make a decision, whenever you achieve something new in life, it's because you made a decision. I'm going to give you some examples. When I was in school, so I wanted to be a straight A student. I was like an A and B student, but I was super smart. Everyone has always said that I was smart, but I wanted to be at the top of the class. And that's a different vibe than just being a good student. Being a good student is different than being an excellent student. So what I did, so first I decided that I was an excellent student. And the honest truth is it's because there was a girl that made me really mad, and she did something that I thought was stupid. And then I found out that she was actually on the dean's list. And I was like, if she's on the dean's list, there's no way that I'm not going to be on the dean's list. So I decided I'm going to be on the dean's list. I'm going to have a 4.0. I'm just being honest. I don't want to pretend to be this, even though I love fairies. I love fairy vibes, but I don't want to pretend to be something that I'm not, and I'm a fully rounded person. And you don't have to pretend to be something that you're not either. It's perfectly fine to choose something because someone makes you angry. In fact, a lot of people something will happen, like someone will insult them and they'll be like, I'm going to prove that person wrong. You're allowed to choose whatever reason you want to do whatever it is you want. So I decided I was going to be a good student. And from that point forward, it felt natural to me to want to study more. I didn't want to study more. I actually wanted to study in a more effective way. So what I did, I feel like it's pretty simple. When I read my books in college, I would highlight the things that were important to me. And when I was in class, I would just take notes as the instructor was talking. And I also started typing out my notes so that way I could share my notes with other people. And I actually did start to do that. But that came to me, I was just inspired to do that. That felt very easy and natural for me. It was not hard. I did not have to make myself do it. In my mind, I felt like I want to be a good student. I want to be the best student. I want to be a straight A student. So what's going to help me learn? Like, what's going to help me retain this information the best? What feels best to me? And it actually felt good to me to read and then highlight and then write things down, because I feel like when you interact with information in different ways, when you see something, like reading it and then you write it down also, I think that repetition helps you remember information more. So I started doing that, And it was just, I just easily and naturally became an excellent student. I had a 4.0 in my senior year when I had all of my hardest classes. The classes got harder, but I decided I was an excellent student, so that didn't bother me. And I got better grades than I got in like super easy classes. So my entire point with this video is that if you feel like manifesting is hard, it's because you haven't made the decision that you're gonna have what you want. That is the reason why it's hard, because you might be trying to convince yourself that you can have it. You might be trying to use your affirmations to, you think that the more that you say the affirmations or the more that you do sats, you're going to feel like this new person. You think that the affirmations are what's doing it. You think that sats are what's doing it. But the idea that you are, that the sense of being comes from very specifically, it's not just a thought, it's a decision. It's there is no other way. It's not just saying, I didn't hope that I could be a better student. I decided that I was a good student, I decided it. And I want to clarify that you don't have to get this like fully correct. Another point that I noticed, that this is going to make manifesting easier for you too. Don't think of it as like, you know, when you play, what is that one game? I have 3% battery left. Let's go. Like, we got this. A lot of people think of manifesting like a bullseye. Like, you think that you have to get it exactly right. You have to have the right scenes. You have to have the perfect affirmations. You have to do everything like boom, ba, ba, like right on key, you know, like in beat. And it's not like that. Don't think of it like darts, like where there's a bullseye and you've got to hit the center. Think of it more like limbo. Remember limbo? And it's a very simple game. There's just a bar, and your only job is to get under the bar. That's how manifesting is. You just need to get under the bar. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to do it enough. You don't have to do it perfectly. You've just got to get under that bar. You know what I mean? So think of it like that. When I started thinking of it in that way, like, I don't need to be perfect. I just need to do the best that I can and make sure that most of my thoughts are in this direction. Then it felt so much easier. It felt like a lot less pressure. So take the pressure off of yourself. It's not a game of darts. It's a game of limbo. Just get under the bar and make a decision. And you can make the decision as often as you want to. It doesn't matter. But when you make that decision, when you say, I'm a good student, I know that, like, I'm deciding that, it's going to be so much easier and more natural for you to affirm. When you decide, I am healthy, I'm going to live for several decades, it is so much easier to take the actions that go along with being healthy versus thinking, I just love junk food, I'm not really a healthy person, but I guess I'm gonna try, which is what I think a lot of people do. So I know you got this. I intend this video helped you and helped make things easier for you. And thank you for watching. If you want to hang out with me more, then I have a Facebook group about manifesting, and I will put it in the description box below. Thank you. Have a good day. Have a good night. It's nighttime.